It's Tank, and we are back. Had a busy day. People at the studio, and then went to the gym, and now we are back to make the head of our robot and maybe a few other pieces. I'm kind of feeling really sad, so I don't know how long I'm gonna do this, but I don't know. Art usually makes me feel something, so let's just work on this until we get sleepy, and then, I don't know, stop being awake for a little while. So yeah, we're back. We're gonna work on the head some more. So we have some interesting pieces to make. We need a sphere for the top of the head, and then we need like these interesting triangular pieces for the back of the head. And yeah, so... Oh, and also we need like the things hanging off the side of the face, which look kind of cool. So we're gonna make that, and we need the eye for the face piece as well. Let's start with the sphere on the top of the head. It's pretty simple, I guess. Always gotta save when we get started. I'm not feeling good, guys. Let's just make some art though. I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna validate the sphere and decimate it 3 times. Cool. And we're gonna use our gizmo, shrink it down some, bring it up into place here, bring it down about there maybe. Let's see what it looks like. It's too small, we need it bigger, and we need it further back, about there. And so since we don't need like this chunk inside of the head there, I just needed to make sure that it was big enough, that it fits in the parameters that we do need it. Let's move it up a little bit. It's not too much of a gap on like the headband piece. This is what I mean, we didn't need all that extra stuff on the headband piece. So we're gonna leave that there. Then we're gonna use the trim tool, and we're gonna choose a rectangle, and then we're just gonna cut out the piece that we don't really need to be seen, which is all of this here. Going just like that. And let's go to our gizmo to get a good look at it. Yeah, that pretty much did it. So we got the sphere part. It's poking out like right here in the center, but again, we're gonna cover all that up with these triangular pieces on the back of the head. Let's just name this. It's inside there. Take it out of the ear base. Put it in the head though, and then top of head. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna need a glow piece on the inside of this top of the head, because there's gonna be a couple glow pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clone it, move it up, put it back down, shrink it down a little bit, make it additive. And now we're going to top of head 1, top of head glow. Awesome. And then the external part of the top of the head. It looks like it's coming through there a little bit, so maybe we can chop it down some a little bit more. I'm going to turn it, and then we're going to hit our trim tool. Do that square about a little lower. There we go. That should be enough. Back to our gizmo. Let's give it a look. And we got to do the same thing to the top of head glow. Do the same thing. Turn it back. Hit the trim tool. There. And we want it about right there. That's good enough. Oh, we crashed. Accident. let's look at that again. I'm sorry, that guys, we crashed right there. We did a little too much on something, and we crashed. The thing. But luckily, we have the saves and the stuff. All right. So the mesh is the top of the head. It was weird. Top of the head got changed. Top of head. Top of head. Cool. All right. Top of head glow. That's what we needed to. That's what we needed to alter. So we're gonna go down to the bottom. Go to our trim tool. We're gonna go to rectangle. Zoom in a little bit. We just need it from right here till about here. Gone. And then we're gonna go to gizmo. There we go. Now it's not like inside there, like it's a glowing piece, but you can't really see it there. All right, so then on here we have a circle near the top of the head. So we're gonna hit top and move it towards like the center. And then we're going to trim it. We're gonna go to ellipses. And then we're gonna, oop, whoa. Undo. I don't wanna do that. We're gonna turn off symmetry. And then bang. It's not centered. Let's try circle. Centered. Nope. Undo. That's pretty good. I don't know if that's actually what I wanted to do. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Let's undo that. Let's split it. And then split it like that. Go to our gizmo. I'm going to select that. We're going to make it smaller. I don't need it going down. Oh, wow. It's all of this. That's so funny. Undo. And since it's on the inside there, we can't really see it. That's fine, I guess. But we do have that additive, so let's make it additive, I guess. Bring it up. Yeah, that's good enough for me. The top of the head has that glowing piece on it. Cool. All right. And the top of head split. That's top of head. What's the mesh? Mesh is the headband glow, top of head glow. Oh man, I'm really trying here, guys, but I'm so sad. Oh man. All right. Okay, so that's top of head glow. Oh man. Head glow. Oh man, okay. Keep it together, bud. Keep it together. You're okay. And that's the inner head glow. You know, let's just merge these two together. I don't need them to be separate pieces. They're both glowing. Just join those two. And it's just all the glowing head pieces. Cool. Decimate it down too. We don't need it to be so on point. And it's just inner head glow. Inner head glow. I don't feel good at all. Oh, okay, so now we got that part. Now we have some circular cuts on the side of the top of the head. So we're gonna split it. Let's see if we can make a circular cut there. Let's bring it to like an angle or something. Let's see. I'm gonna turn off both of those. I'm gonna start there like that. see how that worked. Let's just flip it to the other side and bring it in a little bit. Highlight this, make a circle there, like that. Alright, so now we got these other side pieces here. It's not going to be even, and I'm okay with that. I just want to do it. There, like that. And then I guess we need to move this up like that. Now it's sticking out. Or we can shrink this down a little bit. Oh, no, maybe not. No, maybe we could shrink it down and then just move it up. Move it up a little bit. And then we got those circular head pieces. We can shrink this down too. And shrink that one down too. And now we got the cuts on the head, and there you can see the glowing bits, and it's all attached there. Alright, so on top of that we have like flat cylinders. So now we can go to the top of head split, and then go select all three pieces and join them back together as one piece. Make sure, yep, that's good. Decimate it down, because we don't need it super perfect. I don't care about that. Oh man. Oh man, okay. Everything's fine, We're gonna do the circular head pieces on top. So we're just gonna, we gotta name this top of head again. Every time we go to mess with it, we forget to rename it. Top of head. Cool. Now we got the top of the head on there with all the splits that we have. Now we're gonna add a cylinder. We're gonna validate that cylinder, and we're gonna decimate it down. Oopsie. No, that's fine. That's good enough. That's good enough. We're gonna have snap 90 on for now. Rotate it, and then squinch it real tiny, like that. Squinch it real tiny, like, and turn off snap 90 and rotate it some. Hit the align button so we can move it in the space at that angle. It's way too big still, so we're gonna shrink it down. I want it. No, undo. Undo. We need the gizmo, not the drag tool. Gizmo. Undo. Okay, so it's too big. Shrink it down till about there. And then we have to look at where we have it. So it's a little bit higher up on the head and over some. And then we gotta take a look at this. Okay, so it's a little further back, like that. And it has to sit in this middle plane here. So let's move it over a bit, like that, like there, like that. And I like it. We just gotta delete this bottom piece that's showing through the inner portion of the head there. And we're gonna call this head fin. Actually, we're not gonna name it yet, because once we start messing around with cutting it up a little bit, it's gonna rename it mesh anyway. So we're gonna leave it there like that. And then we're going to go to our trusty trim tool, keep it as a rectangle, and then just, it doesn't need to be anywhere in the head like that, gone. And there we go. Now we have that piece in place. But we need a clone of it. And so we're gonna clone it. We're gonna drag it off a little bit, undo with the two fingers, hit symmetry, go to flip object over the x-axis, and voila, there we have it. It's in place. It looks a little off. Maybe it's just my eyes. They're not the greatest. Yeah, it's because it's not evenly cut. So let's just move it over some. Gizmo. Oh no, gizmo on that. And move it over just a little bit. So they're not gonna be perfectly even. I'm gonna bring it down a little for some reason. I don't know, my mind is telling me to bring it down. Let's undo it. Pin across. I mean, we can measure to see, but again, I don't really care about stuff like that. I just want to get it done at this point. I'm not feeling the best. I don't know, guys. Alright, so there's the head fins. So we got mesh and mesh 1. We're going to call it head fin. Head fin. And the other one, head fin. Same thing. Head fin. Oh. They're kind of big. We're gonna grab them both. Shrink it down. But this is how I had it in my drawing, so I'm gonna unselect both of them. Just have that one selected. We're gonna move it out. Just like that. Just so it's not touching the light. And we're just a little bit more. And this one we can move out too. It's not touching the light. There we go. I like them. I don't know why I added them, but it was in my mind. That's part of the design now. Head fins are done. Hooray. Alright, so now we got the back of the head. We got to make like these interesting shapes here. They're like circular, but they're also triangular, and it's gonna be the same way pretty much for the jetpack back thing. But let's see if we can make one with the tube tool. I think we can try, right? Let's try with the tube tool and see what happens. So we're gonna hit the tube tool. We're gonna go on a path and just make a line like that. Let's make it real. We're not gonna validate it. We need it at an angle like this. Let's give it all the radiuses. We'll put another thing here, like that. Hard edge. Make that like that. Make this wide. Ooh, don't want to change it to smaller. I just want to drop it down like that. And then what I'm gonna do is like cut off the bottom piece of it. So after I make it so that it's like where I need it to be. And about there is good. And then we're gonna do gizmo and make it bigger all around like that. Move it over some, angle it out a bit. Move it inward some, like that. Honestly, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because again, I'm gonna cut it in half. Move it over like that. Oh, not on that axis. Move it there, rotate it down, move it up. It's gotta stick out. That's sticking out a little too far from my liking. To the view mode and make this smaller and make this smaller. That's why we like to do all this before we validate it, because it was poking out way too far. It's still pretty cool. Alright, so it's in there. Alright, so I'm going to validate it. Check and see if we need to decimate it. Just one time is good. Alright, and now we need to use the trim tool. Trim tool. Ah! Undo. Okay, so then we're going to make a lasso. We're going to turn, come on, turn, lasso. Actually, let's do polygon. Alright, so we're going to make a polygon. This is a new feature. And it's, I mean, it's not a new feature, but like making the screen white is, and I don't know, I got to get used to it, because before it was just like, this is what you're cutting. And now it's like, okay, so yeah, flip, that's the problem, because there's a flip mode on it now. And it shows you what you're cutting the opposite way. And I don't want to do that. I like this way. This is how I like to cut things. Just whatever's in that little area is what's getting cut, not the opposite. The opposite is like hard to look at. So make sure we're perfectly straight there. Hit this there, like that. Into the head a little bit. Cut it. Turn it. And now we got that flat bottom piece like I wanted. Cool. Yeah. See, on the side view, it has like a trip edge like that. On the back view, it doesn't, but it's fine. I like it. It's sticking out a little bit, so we're gonna go back to view to make sure you can see it from the front, which is kind of what we have there. It's not perfect, but let's angle it out a little bit more so we can definitely see it from the front. Highlight that. Turn it to the back. Go to our gizmo. Rotate it out a little bit more. Bang. And then I think that's it. Yeah, you can see it from the back side. Cool. All right, so now we're going to clone it, move it out, undo to move it back in, go to our little symmetry board, flipped object on the x-axis, and now we have it on the other side, and it's perfectly aligned, and they're both there. And I think we're done with that. It's got a little bit more polygons. Let's drop it down a little bit, decimate it one time. And the other one, fudge. I'm getting these waves of sadness, dude, and I'm just trying to make some art and just trying to make some art, man. Okay, so then we're gonna call this back of head fin, I guess. Back of head accessory. Cool. All right, so we got them there. They're named. A few more pieces to add onto the head. We have wires coming out of the back of the head that lead to these pieces. We're gonna, even though we just auto-saved, we're gonna save it anyway because I gotta get into the habit of saving more often. All right, we're gonna switch to view mode so we don't make any unnecessary changes. Looks pretty cool so far. Let's see here. Ooh, okay, we need wires, we need the injector pieces sticking out of the side of the face here. It's coming together nicely, I guess. It looks sort of like what we have drawn. All right, let's do the wires because it's pretty simple. And we're gonna turn to the back of the head. Go to our tube tool, our trusty tube tool. Make a path. Reset it. Zoom in a little bit, and then just make a line like that. We're gonna validate it. Ooh, validate it. Don't want to do all that. We're gonna rotate it to see what we got. Make sure it sticks in there. Add another curve to it. Make sure it sticks in a little bit like that, like a wire. And we only need the one radius, so we're gonna make it smaller. You only need like the one injector piece, I guess, like the one wire going into there, because that's how we have it drawn. I don't need all that. I just need it there like that, so we can actually see it. It looks like it's a little bit longer and lower in the back of the head like that. That's fine. We're gonna validate it, decimate it twice, make it additive, and now we got a wire that leads from the head to the back of the head. We're gonna add like a little bit more, another piece to it, so it's not just like a wire that's inserted in there. They're gonna put a little cylinder there to make it like I don't know, like it's attached more so than just a wire. All right, so back of head wire glow. And remember, always name your glowing parts glow, in case you just need to look for them later. All right, we're not going to be able to see the one that goes on the top there, but the one that sticks directly on the back of the head, even though this is a tiny detail, we're always going to save a little bit. We're going to add a cylinder. We're going to validate it, decimate it twice. Cool. Use our gizmo. Make sure we're doing snap 90. Actually, yeah, snap 90. Snap 90. Scalar down to 80 bitty bitty bitty. 80 bitty bitty bitty. I'm gonna move it back into place here. It's still too big, it's way too big still. Scale it down. Actually, let's scale it back up a little bit. Move it over. move it up, because we can just like push it into the skull, because nobody's going to see that anyway. Let's zoom in a bit so we can see more. Up, over. Okay, let's turn off Snap 90 so we can make stuff at angles. Who cares? It's kind of cool like that. And let's shrink it down a little bit more. Move it up, move it over. Now we gotta scale it up just a little bit. Okay, that's good. Everything's fine. Everything's good. And cylinder, just BOH wire base. Oh man. Okay. Alright, so then we're gonna put this in the back of head wire. We're gonna select them both. We're gonna clone it. We're gonna open it up. We're gonna unselect one of them. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Unselected, go to symmetry, go to mirror, flip the object over the x-axis, go to the other one, flip it over the x-axis, and now they're both perfectly aligned and in place, and voila. That's the tube on the back of the head, so we got that done too. So one more piece added to the head of our robot. We gotta trim these a little bit because they're sticking out through the skull, and I don't like that. So we're gonna turn it to the side. I'm gonna make them one piece just because it's done, and I'm gonna color them the same thing. I'm not gonna individually color them. So back of head accessory in that one. Back of head accessory is one piece now. And we decimate it a little bit more. I always like to decimate it a little bit more if I can. And we did that. Okay, so now we're going to bring this down. Say thank you to the autosave. Thank you, autosave. I appreciate you. We hit the trim tool. Go to rectangle. Make it about here. See, and now we're gonna check a look with our gizmo. And I think we're good. Yeah, it's gone. We don't need to see it there. It's not in there. I don't see it there anymore. Excellent. That's enough trimming on that. All right, so we need the eye, and we need these. Let's make the corner things there, like the injector things. What is this called? Why is it the mesh? Oh, okay. Back of head accessory. Saves time, and sometimes we get weird. It says weird things sometimes, and I leave it because I think it's funny. But all right, so now we got that. So let's go back to view mode and look at our head, see what else we need here. We need the injector pieces on the face there. And we need the eye itself, and then we got the neck, and we got like that thing around the neck, like metalish and glowing pieces there. Okay, so injectors on the face. This is all inside the head. Awesome. We're going to add a cylinder. We're going to validate it, decimate it. Awesome. And we're going to use our gizmo tool to shrink it down. We're going to move it up. We're going to move it over. We're going to angle it weird like that. We're going to move it over, move it down, shrink it down in size for sure. And we have it up on the side of the jaw there. So we're going to move it over, move it up. I think I moved it too far. Let's just push it into the face there like that. Let's move it. Let's make it a bit more angled like that. So I'm going to zoom in, see it's a little too big. Shrink it down. Kind of look like it's higher up near the edge of the jaw there. And we need it at an angle maybe like that. zoom in and see what I'm doing. Let's turn it out some. Turn it out some. And stick out like that, all right? And that's the base of it. That's the base. It's not too wide, and it fits on the jaw, like where we wanted it to be, like on the jaw there. And that's the injector plate, I guess. We're gonna hit the align tool off. I think it's good. I think that's good. All right, so then we're going to clone this piece. We're gonna move it out, put it back in. We're gonna shrink it down a little bit, make it longer. Now we can move it out. Make it longer, because it's sticking out pretty far. Let's make it a little bit more narrow like that. Let's make it a little bit longer like that. See how long it is. There's pretty good. Yeah, it's got these face injector pieces, and we can mail it additive, leave it like that. All right, so now we're gonna go into our head, find the piece that we just made, cylinder and cylinder 1. So this is like injector base. And then injector glow. Injector glue, hilarious. And we're gonna put these two together. I'm gonna put this one inside that one, close it up, select it, clone it, and then open up the clone, unselect one, go to symmetry, go to flip object over x-axis. Same thing with the other one, flip it over the x-axis. Now we have them named, now we have them in place. Now we're gonna view to make sure, because again, these two things both sides aren't perfectly aligned, and they're not like symmetrical. It's not hanging off there, it's just on the edge there a little bit. We can move it over some. So we're gonna select both of these, hit our gizmo, and then we're just gonna move it over just a smidge. So now they're gonna be completely off, uneven, but that's fine. Again, they don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but now we got the face injector pieces, and they look pretty cool. They're sticking out pretty far, I like it. Just gives our guy a little bit more detail. What else do we need? The head is pretty much done though. Looks a lot less like, I don't know. Well, this is one piece, right? Okay, let's add another cut to it. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit. If I had like a side cut, make it there. We're gonna split it. Split tool. Rectangular. We go like that, and then we're going to use our gizmo. Move it back a little bit. Yeah. All right, then we're going to take those two pieces that we just cut, join them together, and now it's headband split. Now it's the whole thing. Cool. All right, now it's back there. And now we got a side cut. There was supposed to be a side cut anyway, so there it is. There's a side cut. I don't like that you can see it on the bottom here, but you're not gonna see any of that. Oh, we need the eyeball. Let's do the eyeball finally. Eyeglass, add a sphere, validate, decimate, 1, 2, 3. Oh man. Shrink it down so that it's inside the head there. You can be wherever you want. You can put it inside here, you can put it here. I'm gonna put it like on the edge, teetering like that. We're gonna make it additive and then make it super intense. And that's the eye, guys. That's our eye. Let's put it a little smaller. That's our eye. You can put it back here if you want. I like it right there for some reason. Just enough that it's in the pyramid thing that I wanted. I don't know why I wanted him to have like a pyramid glass for his optical port, but I did. And so there it is. And that is the eyeball glow. Glue. Okay, apparently I'm saying glue. Everybody's misinterpreting what I'm saying today, even this thing. Fun. So much fun. Alright, so let's go give it a gander. Looks so cool so far. We have this space here. I didn't really design anything to cover up the base of this head. So let's just add a box. I'm gonna validate this box. Decimate that box 3 times. Shrink it. Scale it down. And bring it down. Bring it in a little bit more. Okay, like that. And that's just the head. It's just like a cover, so it's not like the neck and stuff is not like seen inside the glass there. Alright, that should be good enough. Is it too wide? Make it a little bit more narrow. Now it just gives it a little extra detail too on the box thing there. I like that a lot. That worked out pretty nicely. Alright, we're gonna name this bottom. Cool. Alright, so always go back to view mode, bang. And voila, look at that. We made the head, guys. There's no neck and the base plate for the neck as well. But the head is there, and I'm going to make the neck in a separate file on like a separate folder, so when we do like movements and stuff and action poses, if we need to move the head on the neck or around the neck, then it's going to be on a separate thing. But the head is absolutely done, guys. Unless you guys see something that I'm missing. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're not done with the head. There's glowing bits on the back here on this piece. So we got to make some cuts. So let's go to the top view. Top. Do it like this, top. No, it's gonna back ahead, bottom, top, back, top. Okay, so it's just gonna flip us around like that anyway. All right, so this is what we're working with, top. We gotta make some cuts. Gotta make some trimmies. And we're going to go for polygon here. Not trim. Okay, so, okay, before we do any of that stuff, we need to make a clone of this one. So we're gonna go our gizmo, make sure that's the piece, yep, put it back, clone it, move it out, move it in, shrink it down just a little bit, make it additive. Now we're gonna have a glow piece for that. So now we're gonna use our trim tool, polygon, make it triangular pieces, and they're at an angle, so it's gonna look weird, but I don't care. One there. Did it work? Oh, did I not undo? Select it, trim, bang. Yeah, it worked. Okay, cool. One there. So now we're gonna move this over here. They're not gonna be the same. That's fine though. Good enough. There, trim it. That's my gizmology. Give it a good look. Okay, so now we have the glow part sticking out, so we're gonna move that up, drag it up, scale it down, drag it up, undo. Need it bigger. It doesn't look right sticking out the bottom like that. At least in my mind, it doesn't. It needs to just be in that little portion there. So what we're gonna do is, since moving it up is gonna make it do this, and that's not what we want. We want it to just stick out just a little bit like that. Then we're gonna use the trim tool again, polygon, and we're gonna delete the one that we have, turn it to the side, and we're gonna make a thing here, make a thing here, straight hard edge, like that, trim it. And that should have worked on both sides. So let's check on both sides. Yeah. Oh crap. Okay, we got another problem, guys. There's a hole on the bottom and there shouldn't be a hole all the way through. So we gotta do a lot of undoing because I forgot about that. All right, so we're gonna clone this again, undo, do all of that. Okay. Undo. Okay. So So the problem is that we need to cut just the top part of this and not the whole thing through. So what I'm thinking is we make a second one like so. Bullocks, we're gonna have the same problem. Okay, so how about we split this? We're gonna split this. We're gonna split this bad boy here, okay? Okay, we're gonna go to polygon, we're gonna reset it, and we're gonna split them. Honestly, we don't need to split the bottom like that, it doesn't matter because we're not affecting this piece. We just need to split it like this, the top and the bottom. Like that. So we're gonna split it like this, split. Cool, and we're gonna select the top. Did we make a clone of it before we split it? I hope we did. Let's see. Okay. Is it the whole thing? No, it's just the... What did I do here, gang? Undo. Why is it like that? What's up with the gizmo? Okay, honestly, that's good enough, right? That's good enough. Undo. Okay, we're gonna undo the whole thing, and let's just check out, see what we got going on here. Is this the second? Okay, so we do have a clone. We're gonna put that back. Maybe we need another clone because we're gonna need a third clone. All right. Goodness gracious. All right. I know what we're gonna do now. Or do we need that third clone? Because we're just gonna clone the top piece. Oh, yeah. All right, what did we do? So I got 3 of them. I don't need 3. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We don't need 3 of them. So I'm just gonna delete you because I don't need 3. The second one, we are going to make it additive. And that one, we're gonna shrink it down a little bit. Or we're gonna leave it additive. Leave it additive. Trying to figure out this inner globe portion without messing it up. There, like that, and move it up. Like that. And then on this one, we're going to split it. Split. Move this into place like so. Like that. Good enough. Now we need the gizmo. Make sure we select the top part. Bring it to the top. Hit the trim tool. Delete that one. Make a new polygon here. Make a new polygon triangle here. Hard edge, hard edge, hard edge. Hard edge or soft edge? Soft edge, soft edge. 1 hard edge, 2 soft edge. I like. So we do. Then we move it into place here. Make it over a little bit like that. And we do. And we go to our gizmo. Make sure nothing's out of place there. And now we can also do something fun. Make this lower. So it just come down a little bit like that. And see what happens there. I don't know if I like that split. I think it's too much. But let's make the inner globe tinier. Do I like that? Do I not like that? How do I feel about that? How do I feel about that? So let's put this back up like that because I want it covered. And then the inner glow. It's coming out a little too far. I can just trim the parts that I don't want. I want it like that, right? That's how I want it. So then I can move this up, close that back up, and then we're gonna trim the piece that's sticking out at the bottom on the glow portion. Trim, close that. Let's just do rectangle, and then bye-bye. And up here too, get rid of it if it's sticking out even just a little bit there. I don't care, I don't want it there like that. View it. All right, so now we got that inner glow Took me a few pieces to get it right. There better not be some glow sticking out right there. No, there isn't. All right, and then we got the bottom piece. I'm gonna move it down, maybe see how I feel. Gizmo. Wrong thing. I don't have that in my design. And no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna leave it just like that. All right, so now we got the back of the head, mesh, and all that stuff we have to rename. All right, so what is this? I need this one and this one. Okay, so this one and this one. No, this one. Join those two together. Now it's one piece again. Sweet. And then this is the glow. All right. Mesh backup head fin. Cool. Head thin glue. Awesome. That's what we're calling it because who cares? Who cares? I know what it is, right? Back of head thin glue because that's what I said. Oh man, not even this app gets me. Okay, so it looks like we got the head itself done. Very cool. Has all the components, I think. We have the fins, we got the splits, we got the glowing pieces, all the glowing different bits. We got the triangular face piece that I wanted for some reason. I really like how it turned out. They got the eye in between the square and the pyramid piece. It's sticking out just right at the right spot, I think. Now, let's always do our little save. We're gonna close the head, unselect everything from the head, and the head is done. Now we need the neck and this base piece around the neck. So let's build the neck. Looks like I have it triangular, sort of. We're gonna use our trusty tube tool. We're gonna make a path, a closed path. Here, here, here. And it looks like soft edge all the way through. Let's try. Let's see what soft edge all the way through looks like. Gizmo, snap 90, snap 90, move it up. Soft edge looks pretty, Let's go to view mode and make it hard edge. Hard edge, hard edge. Hard edge is not bad. Hard edge with a soft edge front. Make it thinner like that. Again, we can have it triangular. I always think we need to do like this. Just raise it up a bit. No, don't erase it. Undo, undo, undo. I'm doing too much. There. All right, you go up. You go up. That's relatively nice. Move that there like that. Move that back. Some. That there like that. And that looks relatively nice. I'm going to run with this one. I'm going to validate it. I'm going to decimate it because why is it so meaty with polygons? Don't need that. All right, so now this is outside of the head. We're going to go to add. We're going to go to curve. Why is it so, what happened? All right, anyway. The base one is down here. The second one is down there. We're going to add mad radiuses to it and increase the count a lot. Look at this. It's too much. Wider here. Put a dot. Make it thinner. It's so many. It's way too long. But, I don't know. I think it's funny that it's like that. Scrunch it up. Make it shorter. Move it up, man. Move it up. Go back to that tool. And so we need like another soft edge for a curve. And let's reduce the count. Make this one wider because that's how it's supposed to be. It gets thinner as it gets to the top. We have all of them like that. A little bit wider. That looks really cool. Reduce the count. And the reason I do that is so that when we make a second one of these, we're going to call it the neck and the inner portion of the neck. And so that looks pretty good. It still feels like it's a little too long, so let's reduce the count. Let's shrink it down a little bit more. We need at least 5, I think. Okay. Undo. I think it was good right here. It's good right here. Can I move this one up a little bit without it messing it up, without making it wonky? It just needs to be moved up some, I think. Gizmo to move it back some. And it's not touching there. Gonna move it over some, make it a little more even this way. Alright, view mode. Let's see what we got going on here. Move that over, straighten it up just a little bit. A little bit of articulation there, just some slight curvature to it. Gizmo, make the whole thing smaller, a little bit smaller like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to save, because I always need to save. We're gonna go back into here. We're gonna select both of these. We're gonna clone this one. We're gonna go to this one. We're gonna go to the view tool. Or actually, we're gonna do the gizmo. We're gonna shrink it down, and then we're gonna go back to view so we can edit it and make the count a little higher. And these fill in the cracks and the crevices of the first one that we made, and that looks good enough. All right, so now that's the neck. We're gonna validate it. Keep instances or join children? Join children on that one. Same thing on this one. We're gonna join children because we don't really need separate instances. We're gonna validate it, join children, cool. And that's our neck, baby. Heck yeah. Looked pretty good. I'm glad how that turned out. Just looks like a, sort of like what I drew. The back is like round and the front is triangular, and so that's what it looks like, and that's what we got. And so we can do so much with that. We're gonna do neck. Neck. And then curve 1 is inner neck glow. Or just neck glow. Then we're gonna put these two bad boys together. And so now we got the head and we got the neck on 2 separate planes. So if we do go to move the head, just select the head. I don't want to select that. Just the head. We go to our gizmo and we can move the head on the neck however we need to. Orientate it if it's like, what are you saying to me? But whatever, we're gonna leave it straight for now. But that's how we can do that. Now we have it adjustable to it wouldn't be like that, but yeah, so like that. Sticks out a little bit there. I'm fine with the way it turned out. It's not touching the wires. It's sticking out a little bit back here, wonky. Let's see if we can move the neck, or just honestly, I could just select the head and move it, but whatever. Let's grab the neck. Turn off snap 90. See what happens when we rotate it some. Move it over a little bit. Now it's coming through the jawline there. On both sides, it is a little bit. Can I make it more narrow? Is it still gonna do it no matter what I do there? Honestly, that sits a little bit better. Cool. Weird collisions aside, it's cool. I like it. View it. Alright, so we got the head and the neck. Now we have this thing around the neck. With glowing pieces. And that's like the top of the torso, pretty much. But the head and neck is done, and I really like it. Super cool. Super cool. Super cool head. All the glowing pieces. Just a fun, interesting design. I'm glad it came to life. Looks kind of cool. looks a little bare bones. Some portions could be like a little bit more additive detail here in the front of the face. But this is how I drew him, and this is what he's gonna look like. That's his head. That's my guy, number 0013. Okay, save that. Alright, so we're gonna add another tube. And we're gonna make a path, closed path. And we're gonna have it go around our guy like this. It seems like the front is low, and we're gonna have hard edges. And then it comes up here, we need two there, and that's gonna go down there like that, hard edge. However we have it in the front, we need there, bring this down. Let's validate it. Let's not validate it. Let's just make it a weird object. All right. Let's start lower. Let's start lower, okay? First and foremost, we need it backwards and backwards, okay? So it's gonna go all the way around our guy's head. Let's give it a radius. Not a radius, I mean a profile. One profile, please. All right. We can get rid of all the radiuses. I don't really need all that right now. I'm gonna move this one up. Move that one up. Cool. All right, so that's the first part, but it goes from the front here. Oh, didn't want to do that. Undo that, undo. I wanted to move it inward like that. Then I wanted to give it an edge here, an edge here. An edge here sounds like I'm saying an Ed Sheeran. An edge here. And now we gotta make it work. Because on the side view, it goes up and back down. So, let's look at it from this angle here, like this. Maybe there's another one like that, and another one like that. And then the same thing on this side, hard edge, hard edge. Now we can align it some, maybe. It looks so wonky. Everything is not even. It's too high. Let's bring that one down too. I don't want to delete anything. I think we have enough of the things that we need here. Just gotta make everything like sort of aligned. Can't do that one. We gotta do it at an angle because it'll delete the lower. Okay. Like that maybe. It's something. It's there. There's something missing. There's something. Move it out. Move it out. Smooth it out now. Because I don't want to delete these pieces, but that's the problem with this, like when you try to do it like this way. If it touches any of the connector pieces, then it'll delete. In, over, 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 over. Look from the top view, see what we got going on here. Back like that. This is a very delicate dance right now that we're trying to do here, gang. Because if it touches any of the red X's, we lose a corner. And we don't want to lose a corner. We want to keep our corners. And it's all wonky. But it's getting there. I think it's getting better. In a minute, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call it in a minute. Because this is actually kind of difficult. Let's make sure we don't do anything crazy. Move it up some, move it back some. accent, accent. But we can't do that with these angles here, so we gotta like again do this little dance here and make sure that we don't mess up. Let's go a little bit closer there that way. This is up a little bit more. I like it a lot. Can we gizmo it smaller? And in position. Oh, what's so far back? Okay. Forward. Okay. We're getting there, gang. Over some like that. Because the head fits inside here. I mean, the neck fits inside there, and there's a little gap. I think that's good, honestly. To pull it in a little bit. World center it. Rotate it over a little bit. Let's see what that does. Let's look at it like that. I think it's too high up like this. There's still a lot of space. You could see the neck, though. Like that. Switch it in a little bit. Get squanched in there, buddy. Center that mug. Front facing looks like this. Clearly not even, but again, that's how I make my robots, not all the way even. Let's look at it from the back view a couple times. I need to see what I'm doing here. View, come here. Align this out a little bit more, maybe, that's what it is. Does that feel better? Okay. Sorry guys, I'm kind of really sad when I'm doing this. I'm doing something. If not, oh man, it would be so bad. Okay. I think that's good. This is just a piece that I really wanted to like work on. And scale it up, move it over a little bit, just a little bit bigger. And I don't want a robot too thick. It might be too thin. I don't want this too thick, to be honest. Let's make it just a little bit bigger, huh? And the neck fits inside of it. Gizmo up a little bit. I think this is good enough. Honestly, I'm going to call it. I keep raising it up and down because I want to see more or less of the neck. I'm going to call it. Validate. Decimate. And then we're going to call this neck. Neck guard. Now we got to decorate this bad boy with a bunch of little spheres. And I was going to try to do an array, but I can't because of the shape. So we're going to have to make a bunch of little spheres, put them all together, and then make them all glow. Cool. So neck guard, you're going to have your own little thing because you're going to be a top part of the chest piece, I guess. So add, let's just work on the things that we need to work on. Validate, decimate, shrinkage, down, forward. And then we're going to shrink it, push it in there a little bit. Honestly, I like the one that's like technically world center. I like it a lot. That one's technically world center. And I want to leave them there. We're going to clone it, move it over, clone it, move it over, and clone it, move it over, move it back. Oh, we got a dance to do, guys. Clone. Do I want them on this front-facing side here, or do I want them on that outer-facing side? Something like that. It's like pink, 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 and then pink, 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 pink this way. Something like this, right? All these outer-facing sides. Clone. I got all these clones, man. I got all these clones, man. Everything's a clone, man. Clone up. And where do I put this on top side here? Like that? Or would it be on that outer edge here? Yeah, I'm gonna dance it around like this on the outer edge here. And clone that one. And we're gonna highlight all these spheres and make them one thing, and you move you up. This is such a delicate dance that I'm doing right now. Cool. Clone, move it over. We have it on the inner edge like that. Move it up a little bit. Clone. Sounds like I'm saying clown. You and not the clown. I can't even think of that show. It makes me sad. Clone. And we're doing the outside edge here. We got one on that piece right there. Is that how we have it? No, this is a different edge, huh? So would it be on the bottom here, like this? In this space? Yeah, let's put it there. And then these other ones on the top facing. I don't care. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me. They're going to go up here. It's my art. I don't know. I'll do whatever I want with it. It's my silly little art project. I'm just going to make these on this piece here. And clone and slide up. Forward a little bit, over a little bit more, and clone, slide, down. Why can't I just do this without feeling so sad? Oh, man, okay, everything's cool, man, everything's cool. Oh, man. Oh. Let's move this one up some, a little bit more. Oh, let's move this one down then. Let's move it down and in and over. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just sad, but I'm gonna keep working. All right. Clone it and move it over. That one's good on the bottom there. I know it's silly, but whatever. I like it. I'm sorry, guys. I guess I just gotta get through this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. So we got 2 on this piece. Moving out. Sometimes you get sad, guys, and you just gotta, I don't know, cry it out, I guess. I don't know. Oh, man. That's good there. I'll stop soon, guys. I know it's annoying, but hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. You can't really hold it in anymore. What are we doing? Let's move it out something like that. Over and like that. I think that's good there. Clone it. Move it. Do we have a top side or bottom side? It looks like on the other side. Bottom side. Okay, bottom side there. That's fine. Clone it. Move it over. Oh, man. That's kind of cool, man. It's really cool. Making a cool art thing, and I shouldn't be so sad, huh? Oh, clone. It looks great. It looks so cool. I'm happy about how my art is turning out. That's fine. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think that's good enough. That's good enough right there. We got it all the way around, and they're all sticking out like that. So we're gonna save, and then we're gonna take all of the spheres. There's a lot of spheres. And we're going to join them into one crazy 17K polygon piece. Make it all additive. And it's all wonky and nothing straight or perfect, but I like it. I like how everything sits. Ooh. Can we make it less polygons? And it won't really affect it much. It doesn't look like it's really messing up anything. They're getting less and less round, but that's okay. I think that's good enough right there, right? And we're going to call this neck guard glow. I'm going to put that in the neck guard together. And voila, we got everything that we have here. Underneath it, we're going to add a plate or something so that it makes sense. I didn't want to do that. I don't want it so high up. I like that where it's at. I just don't want it to be like squanched. Sorry guys, I'll stop in a minute, I promise. I'll get over it. I just gotta get over it, you know. Wider. World center. Over some. I see the neck to fit inside of it like that. I don't want it so high like this because it makes the neck look really tiny. I guess I can clone the neck. Clone it, back one. Bring it on down. Make it wider. Does it make any sense? Is it stupid? It's probably stupid. It's probably so bad. Oh, it's probably so bad. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. I don't need it. Oh no, undo. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Okay, we don't need that. We're gonna leave it how it is here. And that's the head, guys. We made the head. I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. I don't feel really good, and you know, we made what we wanted to make, so yeah, we made the head piece here. I might come back on a little bit later and do some more, but I'm gonna take a little break. It looks pretty cool. I think the side ones needed to go on the top per our design. It just doesn't look like that on the side piece. On the side, we have it off to the side. I'm gonna leave it how it is. I wanted to add some glowing pieces to that little neck guard thing, and then yeah, so there it is. So this is the head of our robot, guys. We did it. We made the head of 13, and he looks pretty cool so far. We got all the components that we wanted to have there. I'm gonna make this one additive. There we go. Now that's amazing. Look how cool that looks, guys. And yeah, thanks for watching, gang. I'm sorry I got a little sad there at the end. Like I said, I'm gonna take a break. And thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We are building 0013. This is the head of him, and it looks really cool. We got all of our parts, all the little splits, all the little glow things. We got the neck guard, the head. They're all in separate layers. I mean, they're all in separate groups, so we can move them around and access independently. When we get into our action poses and stuff, that's going to come in handy. If I do decide to come back on later, we're going to probably build the arms. I mean, we should probably build the torso, but I want to make the arms. Something about them seem very cool, and I just want to get them out of the way. So if we do come back, we got the head done. We're gonna go work on the arms, but hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry again for getting a little sad there at the end, but it happens. Having a hard time right now, but still trying to find my way through my art. I'm gonna take a little break. Thanks for hanging out and watching the stream. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, if I do come back on later, work on the arms. And yeah, keep working on our robot. Maybe I'll color this guy a little bit. Maybe I'll give him like color and then save it to my phone or something. We'll do that later. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back soon. Subscribe to the channel for more build videos, and yeah, this is 0013, and we got the head done. So peace.